Appositive phrases describe nouns or pronouns. Instead of modifying nouns or pronouns, however, appositive phrases rename them. In form, they are noun or noun equivalents. In the following examples, the appositive conversationalist at heart renames the noun bloggers. Bloggers, conversationalists at heart, are the online equivalent of radio talk show hosts. Absolute phrases modifies a whole clause or sentence, not just one word. It consists of a noun or noun equivalent, usually followed by a participial phrase. Her words reverberating in the hushed arena. The senator urged the crowd to support her former opponent. Subordinate clauses. Subordinate clauses are pattern-like sentences having subjects and verbs, and sometimes objects or complements, but they function within sentences as adjectives, adverbs, or nouns. They cannot stand alone as complete sentences. A subordinate clause usually begins with a subordinating conjunction or a relative pronoun. The chart on the bottom of the page classifies these words according to the kinds of clauses, adjective, adverb, or noun they introduce. Adjective clauses. Adjective clauses modify nouns or pronouns, usually answering the question, which one or what kind of. Most adjective clauses begin with a relative pronoun, who, whom, whose, which, or that. In addition to introducing the clause, the relative pronoun points back to the noun that the clause modifies. The coach chose players who would benefit from intense drills. A book that goes unread is a writer's worst nightmare. Relative pronouns are sometimes understood. The thing we cherish most are the things we might lose. Occasionally, an adjective clause is introduced by a relative adverb, usually when, where, or why. The aging actor returned to the stage where he had made his debut as Hamlet half a century earlier. The parts of an adjective clause are often arranged as in sentences, subject, verb, object, or complement. Sometimes it is our closest friends who disappoint us. And then the who disappoint us, that is the adjective clause. And then who disappoint us is the adjective clause that modifies friends. Frequently, however, the object or complement appears first out of the normal order of subject, verb, object. They can be the very friends whom we disappoint. And so whom is the direct object, we, and therefore disappoint. Whom we disappoint modifies friends. Adverb clauses modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs, usually answering one of these questions: when, where, why, how, under what conditions, to what degree. They always begin with a subordinating conjunction, such as after, although, because, that, though, unless, or when. When the sun went down, the hikers prepared their camp. Kate would have made the team if she hadn't broken her ankle. A noun clause functions just like a single word noun, usually as a subject complement, a direct object, or an object of a preposition. It usually begins with one of the following words: how, if, that, what, whatever, when, where, whether, which, who, whoever, whom, whomever, whose, why. Whoever leaves the house last must double lock the door. So this is a noun clause because it is a clause that acts like a noun and is the subject of a sentence. Copernicus argued that the sun is the center of the universe. And so here you have a noun clause or a clause that acts like a direct object, because nouns can either be a subject or an object. So when you have an entire clause that acts like a noun, then it's known as a noun clause. The subordinating word introducing the clause may or may not play a significant role in the clause. In the preceding examples, whoever is the subject of its sentence, but that does not perform a function in its clause. As with adjective clauses, the parts of a noun clause may appear in normal order, subject, verb, object, or complement, or out of their normal order. Loyalty is what keeps a friendship strong. Subject, what, verb, keep. Actually, this is not the subject of the sentence. This is just the subject and verb of the noun clause, okay? The subject of the sentence is still loyalty. This is the verb, and then this whole thing is some kind of object, okay? So therefore, when they say subject, verb, direct object, they're just talking only about the subject and the verb of the noun clause, not the subject and the verb of the sentence. Words that introduce subordinate clauses. Words introducing adjective clauses. Relative pronouns. That, which, whom, whose, whose. Relative adverbs. When, where, why. Words introducing adverb clauses. Subordinating conjunctions. After, although, as if, because, before, even though, if, in order that, once, since, so that, then, that, though, unless, until, when, where, whether, while. Words introducing noun clauses, relative pronouns, which, who, whom, whose. Other pronouns, what, whatever, whichever, whoever, whomever. Other subordinating words, how, if, that, when, whenever, where, wherever, whether, why. This should be the end of the unit on sentence patterns. So this video is a continuation of the series that I've been doing on sentence patterns. And if you learn these sentence patterns, and then you can learn different ways to write sentences, then in your essays, you can have sentence variety. So if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel, Professor H Writing Channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at any time.